Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of the 10th Doctor comic book, The Lost Dimensions Doctor Who series, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, they did this for Doctor Who Comic Book Day or something to that effect. As like a special series, like mini-series thing. It's just very confusing because like you've got part 1 through 8 there, and then this says 3.9. So yeah, very confusing. But yeah, on the front you've just got the 10th Doctor and maybe Gabby or Cindy or someone, one of the companions. Quite a dull cover really. In my opinion. Then you've got the Lost Dimensions event, celebrating Doctor Who Comic Book Day, September, or the 2nd of September, which I don't think this year they did anything, which is a bit odd. But yeah, then you've got a picture of the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th Doctors, and that. Here you've just got a promotion for the electronic, digital way to read the comics. Then you've got pictures of all the different issues and that. I've got, I think, part 2 and part 7. I think I've got part 7. I can't remember now actually. And then I've got the 12th Doctor one as well, which I haven't actually read. But yeah. I'm just kind of really confused now actually, because part 5 and part 7 seem to have the same or very similar sort of cover with the 4th Doctor, Jenny and River, but then that one's done more in like a photorealistic style, as opposed to that one where those are definitely more drawn characters. Here you've just got like this thing that's called the Reader's Guide, which is a nice way of just sort of going through the 12th, 11th, 10th and 9th Doctors comics that they have, as well as like some of the 3rd Doctor comics and some other stuff. What's out this month by Titan Comics, which normally they always just go over what other Doctor Who stories they have, as opposed to what other actual stuff they do. On the back of the front cover you've got their Titan Comics website, Twitter and Facebook, to give them feedback. Previously what happened, as well as who the Doctor is, I think, as well. Yeah, it says part 3 of 8, so yeah, but then as I say there, it's got 3.9. Yeah, then you've got this epic sort of picture of like the 3rd Doctor being like in pain because of this like white hole cosmic stuff, like, yeah, very weird. Yeah, you've got like this amazing shot and or panel of the Cybermen attacking the space station, which just looks epic. And that, you know, it's the Revenge of the Cybermen design as well, which, although wasn't the first Cyberman design I ever personally saw, because I grew up with the new series, it kind of was, because if you recall, obviously there was a Cyberman helmet in Henry Van Statten's base, so technically that was kind of like my first Cyberman, so I always have an affinity for that design, even though it's obviously not one of the best designed Cybermen. And then you've got this sort of really cool sort of close-up shot and a panel with this guy's like eye and his like face and the detailing, which, yeah, is really quite epic, really. I think this sort of story actually felt kind of more sort of Star Trek-y, Star Wars-y, like the pacing of it. Very sort of techno-babbly and just heavy on text, as you can see, which personally for me, as someone who's dyslexic, I found quite difficult. And that the art style, it plays safe, like it's just a lot of corridor sort of stuff. Occasionally you have shots of like the outside of the space station. It's nice to know that they kept the sort of design of the Cyberman ship similar to that of the A Good Man Goes to War Series 6 Cyberman sort of ship design. Which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like. I don't know why, but I just do. There's something quite simplistic of that design. I like the fact that the sort of space suit thing that one of the companions has to wear is kind of almost like something out of Tron. I thought that was quite funny. Um, you've got this guy saluting the Doctor and that. You've got this another quite cool sort of little panel there with like the little spaceship they're escaping through, trying to go through this like time corridor or like thing or whatever, on the back, or near the back of the thing, you've got who wrote the writer, artist, art assistant, colorist, letterist, and all that for the comic book and that. Yeah, I think obviously if you're a huge fan of the 10th Doctor, then it's a no-brainer to pick this one up. But honestly, I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was cool that the Cybermen were in it. I just wish, obviously, with this whole sort of Lost in Dimensions sort of comic book series, that I'd got it, on subscription, got, part 1 through to 8 and that, as opposed to just randomly picking these up. Because there is, I think, a clear arc of this sort of energy stuff, sort of attacking and all, like, attacking, like, not only the TARDIS there, but just generally, like, it's like an overall story arc. It's like, I feel like I'm just randomly watching an episode in, like, Series 6 of Doctor Who, of the new series, without any context of, like, what's going on, pardon me, in a larger sense, and that, so it's quite alienating, really, pardon me, in that sense. But yeah, I mean, it's not one of my favourite comics, Doctor Who comic books, if I'm being completely honest, but I think, again, obviously, if you're a huge fan of the 10th Doctor, then it's a bit of a no-brainer pick up. I can't really say if it continues on the story well, because I only have a few of these issues and I've kind of read them in the wrong order, so haven't really done myself any favours there. But yeah, that was my review of the 10th Doctor Lost in Dimensions issue. Thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.